Hello Tiger fans and welcome to the Round 3 preview show on Raw Vision, and this week we're joined by assistant coach Justin Lepage. How are you, Lepper?
Good, Richo.
Now, still got a few bumps on the back of my head from you caning me back in the day, mate.
I don't think I come anywhere near you, mate. I couldn't keep up, but
Mate,
good to be on.
She's a big challenge this week against the Hawks.
It is. Look, it's funny because Hawthorn was sort of very inaccurate in the first part of last week's game, and in that second half we saw their devastation in what they can do. So, I would have thought they'd go into the game pretty hot. We've had a big couple of weeks, and the next two don't get any easier. So, big challenge.
Now, what area have you focused on the Hawks? What's the key, do you think, to getting across the line?
Well, having Cyril helps us, obviously, because he's just electrifying around the ball. But there, you've got, I guess, the individual focus in Burgoyne, Buddy, Roughhead. There's a lot of players there to look at individually, but also structurally, I guess they're moving the ball a bit quicker than what they did last season. So there's a few changes for them in a structural sense as well.
Now, we've come up against some good opposition in the first 4 rounds. Do you reckon that's been good for the boys' development early?
Oh, look, I think so. I mean, when you play the best teams, it really tests where you're at. I mean, I guess it's always nice, you don't want to call them lesser teams, but it's always nice to play teams and build the wins and get your confidence up. But look, we could have had 2 wins on the board already against quality opposition, so we do draw encouragement from that. Yeah,
well, just talking about that, have they got encouragement out of it? Should have got the 4 points probably last week, but did the boys get confidence out of that result?
Oh, look, they have. There's a lot of bubble around the place at the moment, it's just we're really excited for this week.
Anyway, we spoke to Nathan Foley during the week to get his opinion on the Hawks game.
Well, Nathan, Damien Hardwick obviously put a bit of pressure on the midfield group after the round 1 performance. Do you think you improved against the Saints?
Yeah, I think we did. We were unacceptable in round 1. We got smashed in both the clearances and contested football, which isn't acceptable. And I think on the weekend we broke even with St Kilda, who are a very good midfield, so there's certainly some improvement there, but the challenge is for us to keep on improving and holding that level.
And do you think you can show a bit more improvement against the Hawks this week? It's obviously another big challenge.
Yeah, huge challenge. They've got a brilliant midfield, so it'll be another, like you said, another great challenge in front of us, but we're looking forward to it. And their second half against Melbourne on the weekend was sensational, so it'll be a great challenge that we're really going to take by the horns.
Well, Tigers will be missing Luke McGuan this week, who's been in good form, been rubbed out for a few, Lepper. What do you think?
Him and Alex, our big boys, are starting to get in a bit of trouble, which is not good. It's not ideal to be missing weeks forced, but I guess that's what happens when you sort of you're playing on the edge a little bit. But it's forced us to go a little bit deeper with our tools. So we're going to be tested, and not the week with Buddy and also Rough there. So.
Well, we've brought in Dylan Grimes, good young player. You've worked pretty closely with him. Tell the fans a bit about his development.
He had the 1 game last year against Port Adelaide and did very well. He's a bit like his brother, really. He plays for Melbourne. Really aggressive at the contest, very coachable sort of kid. I guess obviously being a young key position player hasn't got his full size yet, but we're just hoping his competitiveness and his aggression will sort of help us on the day.
Well, big test for Asprey and young Grimes. You've obviously got Buddy and Ruffy down there. Doesn't get any easier.
No. It's going to be tough for the kids, and we've also obviously got Batchelor and Conker new as well. So we've got a pretty young defence this year, younger than we even did last year. So it's a great challenge, but they're holding up very well so far.
And down the other end, we've got Jack. Obviously, he's come up all right. Tyrone's starting to show a bit down there, starting to clunk the ball.
Yeah, Tyrone's been good. We've done a fair bit of bag work and one-on-one work with Ty over the summer, so he's used to the body. He's been much better already. Just knowing when to engage and when to come off and jump at the ball. He's been much better at that, and it's really showed the first few weeks.
Well, he's learning from the best, mate. So he should be all right.
Hanging on.
We spoke to Brett Deledio during the week, and here's what he had to say.
How are you going to cope with the Hawthorn forwards on the weekend? You've got quite a few backs out by the looks.
Yeah, it's disappointing, isn't it? Alex Rance was playing some good footy, and so was Luke McGuan. So I guess that just gives an opportunity to Will Thurstfield, Dylan Grimes, those sort of boys, Dave Gudis to step up and make the most of an opportunity.
Have they got the goods to tackle Franklin and Ruffin?
Yeah, absolutely. They've both Will and Dylan and Dave have all shown they can play on a key forward. So I think they can. Yeah.
Chris Newman said during the week.
We've just heard from Brett Deledio there, Lepper. His role on Goddard last week was crucial for the team. Will he have a similar role this week?
Yeah, I guess our plan with Lids is going to change from week to week a little bit, depending on what I guess the opposition pull up. Really, our goal for Brett is to end up like a Goddard.
Like him,
yeah. So last week we thought no better way to do it than play him directly on the man. So he's had a lot of success on halfback last year. He's obviously got that burst of acceleration through the midfield, and he also pings off the full forward line pretty well. So we think he can play a number of roles, but I won't give you the answer to that already. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I think the Tiger fans enjoyed seeing him in the midfield. The first year players have been great. The first 2 weeks, Conker, Batchelor, and Helbig. He's tough at the ball, Helbig.
He is. He's probably the unassuming one of the three. But when you watch back the tape and you see some of the little things he does and the niggle he provides, he's got that stroke of aggression about him that we like.
Bit of the root must be up in that country up there, Mark Prosciutto.
Same area.
Now forward pressures, paramount in modern footy, and we've got Jake King down there and Matty White. You must be pretty pleased with how they've been going early.
Yeah, I guess all teams are pressing in now, setting their defences back and then providing that forward pressure. So without it, you just tend to get cut open and kicked over the back. So to have players there that can tackle and chase and put on that forward pressure is paramount every week for every team.
Well, thanks, Slepper. Thanks for joining us on Raw Vision. Good luck against the Hawks this week. And make sure you Tiger fans get there and jump online and check us out on Raw Vision.